Thank you, Louisville. Thank you very much. Boy, I'll tell you, it's great to be here to celebrate our freedom and those American values that we all hold dear. Hey, I'm excited to hear Donald Trump. Are you? He's going to be out here in just a few minutes. Let me ask you another question. Are you ready to win this election and take our country back? Come on, let me hear you. You ready to send Hillary into retirement? Or maybe an orange jumpsuit. You know, all across this country, everywhere I go, people come up to me and they say this. They say, Wayne, I've never been more worried about my country than right now. And they say it not with anger, but they say it with sadness in their eyes. Not because they fear that something is going wrong, but because they know something has gone wrong. You know what I'm talking about. You feel it in your heart. Our core values, our freedom, is eroding and slipping away. You're here in this room today, right now, because you care about the America we all know and that we all cherish. And you're here because you're worried that our country and what it stands for is disappearing. In this room, we still see the America that we have always loved. We still see the freedoms that have always made America the greatest nation on earth. We in this room, we are America. We are the police officers who patrol neighborhoods, and we're the firefighters in this room who run toward the fire, the servicemen and women who have answered the call, the doctors and the nurses who heal, the farmers and grocers who feed, the construction workers, the factory workers, the auto workers, and the tradesmen who keep America running every day. We are the teachers of our children and the leaders in our churches, and we're the volunteers in our communities. Americans, all bound together by a common noble cause, the individual freedom bestowed to each of us at our birth. We at the NRA embrace and hold dear what makes us uniquely American: family, responsibility, patriotism, mutual respect, honesty, civic duty. These values are still alive in this room, right now, and within the hearts of millions of Americans just like us all over this country. But there are other rooms where the America that we see is no longer visible and no longer wanted. Rooms where our America is being transformed by the political and media elites at the highest levels. In rooms at the White House, political elites are changing our country one policy disaster at a time. Failed border policies, failed education policies, failed economic and tax policies, failed health care policies, failed energy policies, failed foreign policies, failed criminal justice policies, and failed defense policies. And together, they're shredding the very fabric of our country and transforming America into an America you won't even recognize. To carry out that transformation and finish the job, there are rooms where hand-picked superdelegates have rigged the election and circumvented voters to coronate Hillary Rodham Clinton into the White House. It's a dirty, inside game. It's a corrupt system, but no one should be surprised. Corruption has followed Hillary Clinton almost her entire life, and so is failure. from her room at the State Department, Clinton's history is littered with failures. The 13 hours of Benghazi, all of Libya on fire, Egypt on fire, Syria on fire, Iraq on fire, a nuclear Iran, a brazenly emboldened Russia, an expansionist China, a nuclear North Korea testing ICBMs capable of reaching the United States of America, while the Obama-Clinton administration slashed America's military. All in the face of a scourge of radical Islamic terrorism that Hillary won't even name. Under Hillary's watch, the world has become ever more dangerous, all while Hillary attacks our fundamental right to survive and protect ourselves by eliminating our Second Amendment right of self-defense. If she could, Hillary would ban every gun, destroy every magazine, run an entire national security industry right into the ground, and put your name on a government registration list. If she gets her hands on the Supreme Court and stacks it with just one more justice, every total gun ban she dreams, every confiscation scheme that she craves will stand up in her court, and we'll all be kissing our Second Amendment freedom goodbye. Folks, I'm not kidding. If she gets just one Supreme Court nomination, Hillary's court will hold that the Second Amendment is the government right, not an individual right, and you can kiss your guns goodbye. That's not the America that we inherited. That's not the America that we want for our children. It won't happen overnight, but it will begin on her first night. She ignores the simple and hard truth that in this room, we all know. The truth that if, God forbid, a terrorist should enter this room, he would learn firsthand that the best way for law-abiding Americans to defend their lives, the surest way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. You know it. There's no limit as to how far the elites will go to put Hillary into the White House. They're even allowing convicted felons the right to vote, including violent rapists and murderers. Sounds outrageous, but it's true. The Democratic-led Maryland General Assembly did it for 44,000 ex-cons. In Virginia, Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe, Hillary's longtime bagman, did it for 206,000 convicted felons. Tentacles of the Clinton machine are out registering those felons right now. They're releasing them, and then they're registering them. Heck, when they sign their release papers, they might as well, at the prison door, be standing there, give them a Hillary Clinton bumper sticker. It's unbelievable. There are also rooms at CNN and NBC and other networks, rooms where the media elites conspire to tell us not what the news is, but how we should think. They hold up lies as truth, thinking that we all can't tell the difference. They think Americans all over the heartland of this country are stupid. Do they think we can't see their tone? Do you think we can't see their inflection? Do we think they can't see their agenda? Do they think we can't see that? I've always said that one of America's greatest vulnerabilities is the failure of a national news media to provide a level playing field for the truth. And Hillary, she'll be their candidate. Not because Americans want her, but because the political and media elites have decided that they do. Even if Hillary survives her primary, and by that, I mean her FBI primary. Yeah, that's the real one. Even if she survives, Is she really the type of person we want to lead America? Despite all that, the elites have huddled in rooms in Washington, in New York, San Francisco, and Hollywood, and cooked the nomination for Hillary. On Wall Street, they'll pay you $250,000 a pop to talk in those rooms. Well, maybe not you, me, but if you're Hillary Rodham Clinton, you can make a fortune talking in those rooms, and she did. There's no sense of public service in Hillary's behavior. There's only personal greed, lust for power, and shocking arrogance. It's how she's able to look you in the eye with a straight face and deliberately lie about her attempts to hide her official emails, destroyed records, a personal server, deleted emails, illegal handing of classified documents. But here's the thing. You know what all of America is saying around their dinner table? And I bet every one of you in this room have said the exact same thing around your dinner table. They're saying, if that were me, I'd already be in prison. Well, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have been able to ignore us so far, but they will not be able to ignore us on Election Day. In November, we the people get the last word. Just a few weeks ago, Hillary said that when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Ah, we believe you, Hillary. We see you, and we know you. We know a Hillary Clinton White House would be ground zero for a massive attack on our freedom. It'd be a revolving door and cash register for every Michael Bloomberg and George Soros and every gun ban group in the world. It would be a haven for all the Hollywood elites who plot the destruction of our Second Amendment, while never acknowledging for a split second that they're the ones teaching America irresponsible use of firearms. A Clinton White House would be a cesspool for NBC, ABC, and CBS elitists to plan programming and orchestrate interviews to bombard the airwaves against our freedom. It would be a White House that would put the full weight of a weaponized IRS, ATF, EPA, Interior Department, and every other federal agency behind attacks against groups and people they don't like, while ignoring the real problems facing our nation. Where felons with guns, criminal gangs with guns, and drug dealers with guns are getting away with murder literally in places like Chicago and Detroit and beyond. Where the full weight of existing federal enforcement of federal firearms laws is absent. A Clinton White House would be a dangerous extension of the Obama White House. And where has this White House put its full weight? In the toilet, in bathrooms in North Carolina, and school districts all over our country. You know, I remember when the University of North Carolina used to think Duke was their biggest problem. Now it's Loretta Lynch. Now, but seriously, think about that. Rising ISIS attacks, terrorism in Europe, innocent children being slain in cities by murderers the White House refuses to take off the streets before they kill, ever-growing serious threats to our nation, and the president's biggest concern is school bathrooms? That is what a Clinton White House would look like and more. Every State of the Union address, every carefully staged press conference and public event, Hillary would pull out all the stops in seizing and destroying all the freedoms and values we care about most. If you think the Obama White House and Ben Rhodes lying to the American people about Iran and laughing about it was bad, Just wait until Hillary Clinton's spin doctors get a hold of the media. If that happens, it's game over for everyone in this room and everything that we all care about. It's a stark future, dark. But there's another future out there, another possible America, the one we want for our children. It's the one we want them to inherit. In a few minutes, you'll hear from a man who offers a very different White House and a far more hopeful nation. The American dream, enduring freedom. We in this room, we are America's best hope, and this is our moment. In all of history, there's always been a time and a place when patriots stand up and rise up against the decree of the elites and shout, "No more! Get your hands off my freedom!" That time and place is now. We stand together. We stand and we fight like hell for freedom. The revolution to take America back starts here. It starts on this day, and by God, we will elect our next president. We will save our freedom, and America truly will be great again. Thank you very much. Let's go save freedom. Thank you. Thank you.
We will make America great again.